This just dropped in Philadelphia, and my friend, the situation is much more serious than it looks. Andrew Mukuba's injury has opened a giant hole in the Eagles' defense, and now the franchise is forced to act immediately. A big name, experience, all-pro is on the radar, and I just confirmed that the behind-the-scenes talks have already happened. It's the kind of move that changes the entire season, especially when the locker room is tight, the fans are worried, and time needs a leader in the secondary now. But before revealing who this target is, why he could arrive at any moment, and the impact this would have on Vic Fangio's defense, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Because what I'm about to tell you, no major outlet has revealed it yet. And when you hear this name, you'll understand why the Eagles have no choice but to act fast. The Philadelphia Eagles find themselves in an unexpected emergency situation in Week 13, and the problem couldn't have come at a worse time. With the playoffs approaching and the defense struggling to regain consistency under Vic Fangio, time has now lost one of its most promising young defenders. Rookie safety, Andrew Mukuba, who quickly became a reliable starter with impressive instincts and effects, will be out indefinitely after suffering a serious ankle fracture against the Dallas Cowboys, an injury requiring surgery and ruling out the team's short-term plans. Mukuba had started 10 games, and while rookies often struggle initially, he demonstrated tremendous growth in coverage, run support, and pre-snap reading. Losing him now is more than just losing a starter. It's losing stability at a position the Eagles were already lacking. To make matters worse, Reed Blankenship, the other starting safety, left the same game with a hamstring injury. While initial reports indicated he wouldn't be out for long, his mobility and explosiveness were clearly affected. This leaves the Eagles with only one fully healthy safety, Sidney Brown. And after Brown, nobody. The roster doesn't include a fourth safety, leaving the coaching staff in an extremely vulnerable position. With the defense already criticized for inconsistent tackles and coverage failures, going into December with only one healthy safety is simply unsustainable for a team fighting for a playoff spot in the NFC. The situation is so precarious that the Eagles cannot afford to risk taking the field in another game with such a limited roster. This leads us to an obvious and urgent solution. Immediately sign veteran Justin Simmons, who is a free agent. Simmons, despite being 32 years old, remains one of the most respected and intelligent safeties in the league. He started 16 games for the Atlanta Falcons in 2024 and showed he can still play at a high level. His football IQ, leadership, and experience in Fangio's defensive scheme make him an ideal choice. Moreover, his connection to Fangio is one of the main reasons why the Eagles should act before another team makes an offer. Simmons has openly highlighted Fangio's importance in his career, praising the defensive genius behind the system that allowed him to see the game from a completely new perspective. He even mentioned Philadelphia as a place where he would love to play earlier this year, a clear sign that the chemistry between player and coach remains as strong as ever. Bleacher Report analyst Christopher Knox recently mentioned the Philadelphia Eagles as one of the perfect destinations for Simmons, even before Mukuba's injury. And now that prediction seems prophetic. The Eagles need someone reliable, resilient, and experienced enough to get on the field immediately, without needing weeks of preparation. Simmons fits that profile perfectly. He's rested after a season without playing, familiar with defensive terminology, and capable of playing both safety positions with equal competence. He brings reach, pass-catching instinct, and the veteran presence the locker room desperately needs in this turbulent time. With the playoffs approaching and a crucial Black Friday matchup ahead, the Eagles need to act fast. Simmons isn't just a solid option. He's the only option that fulfills all the requirements the team needs right now. That urgency becomes even greater when we consider what Philadelphia faces next. A pressure-filled matchup with compelling storylines and potential consequences that could reshape the NFC playoff landscape. With the Eagles setting aside emergency roster decisions and focusing on one of the most anticipated games of the season, new concerns arise ahead of the Black Friday matchup against the Chicago Bears. Both teams come into the game with identical 8-3 records, leading their divisions and battling for a crucial playoff spot. But the narratives surrounding each franchise couldn't be more different, and this contrast creates a high-pressure environment for Philadelphia, especially after the emotional blow of the aforementioned injuries. While Mukuba's situation generated secondary chaos, the challenges against Chicago go far beyond a lack of roster depth. They are demanding tactical, emotional, and physically, making this matchup a potential turning point in the Eagles' season. The first major concern revolves around the injury situation in Chicago. Although the Bears came out of Week 12 quite depleted, the unpredictability of their availability makes planning difficult for the Philadelphia Eagles. Chicago lost all all three of its starting linebackers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tremaine Edmonds went on the injured list, while Noah Sewell and TJ Edwards remained questionable due to muscle injuries. Their second-round pick also faces uncertainty, as cornerbacks Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon struggle to return in a short week. If the Bears can recover at least one or two starters, it could significantly alter the matchup with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Otherwise, Chicago's defense may struggle to keep up. But this unpredictability creates a peculiar dynamic. The Eagles need to be prepared for multiple defensive formations and sudden changes in the lineup. The second concern is perhaps the most emotionally charged: the growing internal frustration within the Eagles. Last week's collapse against the Cowboys, squandering a 21-point lead against their biggest rival, rekindled criticism nationally. A.J. Brown expressed confidence in his role on the team. Fans voiced concerns about play choices and second-half adjustments. Analysts have questioned the team's leadership, intensity, and mental fortitude over time. All of this creates an unpredictable psychological landscape. A team under pressure can either implode or become a disaster, and the Bears need to prepare for the possibility that Philadelphia will take the field angrier, faster, and more aggressive than usual. When a talented roster feels disrespected, embarrassed, or challenged, it often responds with its best football. But the opposite is also possible. Internal frustration can lead to provoked errors, communication breakdowns, and exaggerated emotional outbursts. Finally, there's the running game, an area where Chicago may be most vulnerable. The Bears have allowed over 133 rushing yards per game this season, and Saquon Barkley has a golden opportunity to dominate. The Philadelphia Eagles offense is based on Barkley's running and explosiveness, combined with Jalen Hurts' mobility, creating relentless pressure. The Eagles' famous tush-push remains a devastating weapon that can extend drives, control the pace, and demoralize defenses. Against a Bears defensive line that has struggled with gap discipline and first down efficiency, the Eagles can gain a strategic advantage by running the ball. But if Chicago can control the line of scrimmage, something they've done sporadically this season, this matchup could quickly become more balanced. With both teams entering the game with identical records and a lot at stake, this Black Friday game represents more than just another regular season matchup. It's a defining moment for the Philadelphia Eagles, a test of resilience, discipline, and identity. Just days after losing key defensive players, with the Eagles dealing with a devastated secondary, the potential signing of Justin Simmons, and a crucial Black Friday matchup against the Bears, what do you think will define Philadelphia's path first? A bold free agency signing or a powerful on-field performance? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.